All right, so energetically, I don't want to make this video. I want to hold my energy in and retreat and just focus on myself because I have a very long work day and work is not something that revives me. It is work and there is no long term goal. So it drains me more than it gives. And is that a problem? Yes. And then is it a problem that I'm saying that publicly? Yes. Even more so. Uh, the place of employment, it has levels for advancement, and the people I work with are great. So from an employer perspective, please don't be mad at me because yes, it's great and I see growth. From a spiritual perspective, I am doing my best to use the opportunity and positioning that God has put me in to grow my skills in areas that need to be grown. And so it is a beautiful gift and journey in that. However, is it are there other aspects of my soul that I feel like are not being fed? Absolutely. And a big part of it is for 6 years, I had pretty much complete flexibility of schedule, and that between the hours of 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., I could use any of those times to be making money because I was in the food industry and so that was there. Now I'm in 9 to 5 and so it's 9 to 5. Those are your available options and that takes away from my entire daytime. Before it was a lot of night shifts because it just worked, you know. I got sun rays, I got during the day. Now I'm just talking about me a lot. Why is any of this important? It's important because it's not a so this is kind of it's not about getting to do what you want to do. And a year ago, I had a breakdown because I just wanted to do what I wanted to do and I don't want to do what I don't want to do. And the second part's very important. If you don't want to do something, it's very important that you don't do it because like we shouldn't do that to ourselves. But that's the difference. There is a different aspect of having discipline and having a day where you don't want to go to the gym or a day where you don't want to make videos. There is a solid difference there. So there's a difference between having discipline to do things when they feel hard and they need to be done and of doing things that you don't want to do because you feel it in your bones that you don't want to do it and shouldn't do it. However, sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do. And so, if we can find the things that resonate with us the most, or at least allow us to utilize the skills that we may already have, or allow us to grow with the skills that we already have the most, well, as long as it's not a toxic environment. And it's about being who we are here to be. Put me in any environment, and I'm still going to be who I am. It might morph slightly in the aspect, for lack of better words. Well, I was going to say I did find a better word for the in the aspect of reflecting, because mirroring and reflecting is a way to social acceptance. And so if you find yourself in an environment that maybe you're not comfortable in, whether it's for safety or just out of your comfort zone, knowledge wise or other, then a great tip is to mirror the people that are in that environment. And it just kind of gives them subconsciously the cues that you're a safe person. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. We all want to feel safe. And that's that. Yeah. It's about, maybe it's not about getting to do what you want to do. And that I've already learned through the process of leaning into faith and understanding that even though I'm in control, I am in control. There's a higher power that is overseeing things. 444 when I said that. And my eyes were closed. I opened my eyes right at 444. That was great. Synchronicities. I'm going to pause for a moment. Coffee break. We are 5 minutes in, and I have talked a lot about myself. Who am I? I am Deb. I like to share the human experience, my human experiences, to help others with their human experiences. And there is a unique there's a unique set of gifts that I bring. And ultimately, it is to help you understand that you have a unique set of gifts that you bring, because there aren't, like, we don't exist to all be the same. We exist to all be ourselves. We exist to all be ourselves, because that's the fun of it. The real fun of it is that we're always changing and growing. So as soon as you think you know who yourself is, then you get shown another lesson that you get to view from your higher perspective that you have grown into. And so we get to be ourselves, but we're always changing ourselves, and we get to repeat lessons because we get to see the lessons from our higher selves as we grow into our higher selves. It's a very interesting journey. And so within that journey comes the human experience. That is the background of these videos. Maybe we should pause a little bit for a little bit about me. It's been a minute. I was a mother at 16 years old, so living on my own. Graciously had a lot of help from family to where we didn't feel alone. Was I at the bottom? Did I feel like I was at the bottom of poverty level? Absolutely, yes. I remember crying over needing to ask for $7 to buy some baby wipes, or breaking a bag of grapes as I'm walking home because our gas tank ran out of gas while I was pregnant. And so there's been times where I've definitely, crying in the school office because they want an address for a home and I don't have an address to give them. I have to check the homeless box, like there's things that I have overcame. And through that, there's been many relationships. There's been many stepchildren. There's been many half families. There's been many different adventures and hobbies and people. Oh my gosh, the people. I can now officially say that this video, if I were to share it to my friends list, it would be watched worldwide. And every single person that watched it there's people worldwide that I have hugged and laughed with, and they know my character and I know their character. They know my face, they know my name, they know my voice. And it's a beautiful thing to know that we have that kind of power to share our energy and spread our energy across the world in just the matter of a moment of a video and an internet connection. Like, how amazing is that? And I really believe that we are leaving an era of pain, sorrow, three dimension, because three dimension it's just a limited beliefs, right? It's thinking inside the box. That's really all three dimension is. And so when we talk about five dimensions or living interdimensionally, it's just understanding the wholeness of what we actually are, understanding how much we are in control, but even more so knowing that we have the power to collectively change the main paradigms that we're in. And the more that we become a new earth, a new timeline, a new paradigm, a world where creators are rewarded. Right now it's the politicians, it's the corporations. Businesses can blow money on whatever they want, while the employees that carry those businesses have to choose between a full tank of gas or groceries, right? So that's what I mean when I say we're going to change systems. We're going to operate from a place of love, and we're going to reinvent the way things work, because this is the time and the rise of creators. The abundance and money is out there for the taking, and there is a shift of wealth coming. And if you're watching this, you're ready to be a part of it. So, like, get excited. I mean, when all of this really started happening for me, there was this level of excitement it was so overwhelming that it almost felt the same when I felt like I was at rock bottom and couldn't hold any more pain and just wanted to end life here on earth. It was that same fullness of expression of emotion except just explosive, and I could tell, it was the opposite spectrum. It's happiness, it's excitement, but it was still, I had to be, this vessel had to be able to hold that excitement in order to allow it to come in, right? And then also it was just kind of a moment to finally breathe, right? Like there's a year ago, if I was making videos, I would absolutely be like, I am standing up straight. I am nice and poised. I am not in my bed, comfortable, relaxed. Because to me, it's about like, I want to be able to get into a sense of flow and authenticity. And I can't do that if I am performing, right? And sometimes if I'm lifting weights and doing all the activities, I'm naturally up and strong, but that hasn't been the life. The life has been resting and detoxing and releasing a lot of patterns and a lot of memories and a lot of lifestyles and a lot of heartache, a lot of rejection, a lot of shame, a lot of anger. It's been a lot. And that's the heaviness that you see. So, as we come more into our center self, as we learn to embrace more of what it means to be authentic to that connection that we have to God and to faith, to the masterpiece that is running everything behind the scenes, and listening to our intuition, following those steps of faith, those are the moment, like, that's what's going to bring us into a moment of breath, of just a breath of relief. I just said those last 5 sentences to come to the words, a breath of relief. Coming home to who your soul is the most wonderful experience. And if you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about, because you wouldn't be able to watch this video if it didn't resonate with you. Even if you just skimmed through and this was the section that you caught, like, this is the part that's meant for you. And that's what I love about the creation of the internet, is it's so much more than algorithms. And that's where you can either allow technology to use you, and then you can be subject to algorithms and consumerism and the ads and the mindless scrolling, or you can use it as a benefit to guide yourself to the things that you're passionate about, the things that you want to learn, the things that you're being called to share and to step into and to create and give back as well. Because as I said earlier, it is going to be a timeline for creators. And that's you. Yeah, that's you. Well, I feel like this video is going to end there. I hope you all have a blessed day. Lionsgate portal. I never know what's going to come through on these videos. I had 5 different subjects of just information flooding through, and the things that came through was ended up being none of those subjects. So if you watch this video, it's absolutely meant for you. That's how the vibration and frequencies work. You can't observe something that you are not resonating with. And if you are observing something that you're not resonating with, like, are you resonating, or do you feel yucky about it? Because if you feel yucky about it, then it's not for you, and don't force it. If it's not for you, don't force it. Go find what does resonate with you and go from there. And sometimes we go back to where we're like, oh, this feels weird. And then we go to where we think we resonate. And then we notice that, well, I thought I resonated there, but I guess maybe I really don't. So there's a difference of resonating from feeling discomfort of growth, and there's a feeling of the resonating of it feeling yucky because it's just not for you. And that's where you get to practice and learn your own discernment and your own level of faith to follow. My name's Deb, sharing the human experience to help others with their human experience. Like, comment, subscribe, and share for someone, or share the part that really resonated with you. But mostly share, because the more of us that come together and develop this idea and this belief that creators can be the new wealth paradigm, then the more that will be the new wealth paradigm for a lot more people. And it's a lot more attainable to be able to create. And I think the world needs that. Have a blessed day.